Hello, hello, good morning. And I am super excited because we're at day 5 and I can't wait to really bring this all together and explain everything that you've learnt for the last 4 days so you get really clear on what it is that you are maybe doing that you could tweak or change or what you could look at improving. I would love to hear from you if you have any feedback on what you've learnt so far in the 4 days and how you're feeling. Have you noticed a difference that you maybe, sorry, some ladies are joining the group, the Zoom. If you have noticed a shift or a change, have you noticed something? You know what the biggest thing that my clients learn is awareness. One of the biggest things that they learn is awareness because we don't really have a sense of knowing what we're doing throughout the day. We don't really have a sense of, oh, this is the way that I choose to eat, or this is the things that bother me or trigger me, or I didn't realize this was causing my inflammation. And it is such a game changer. It really does make a huge difference. And when we have more understanding, we can do something about it. We can't do anything about it if we don't understand what's going on. So I've really enjoyed the last 4 days and I am excited to present with you again today for day 5. If you have really enjoyed this week, please let me know. And I just want you to know how grateful I am, especially for those of you that have been vulnerable and that have shared and really opened up about your own experiences. That's really meant a lot to me. Okay, let's go. Let's get started. Today is day 5. We're going to lock everything in and start looking at how we can level up our health, improve our health. Like I said, I'd love to hear what your biggest aha moment has been this week because it really does help me. But more importantly, it reinforces to you something that is maybe been floating around your mind, or maybe you didn't have any awareness, and now it's really bringing it into your awareness. So now you've got the opportunity to do something about it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go through what we've learned and start creating a plan that so that you can look at how you can make this last. The thing is, and I want to be like gentle with this, however, knowledge is great, but implementation is where we really level up. And I'm guilty of this, where I will go and learn lots of stuff all the time, but then find that I'm too busy or I get distracted easy. So I want you to think about, are you going to be able to implement what you've learnt so far and what you've learnt up until this point? Is that something that you are going to do? And most importantly, is this a priority for you? So, in your journey, in your quest for weight loss, is your health, your mindset, your nervous system, your emotions, are they a priority? Are they something that you're going to be working on and something you're going to be bringing into your weight loss journey? Is that something that you have been able to take from this whole experience? It's what I would love to know, and it's a question I would love for you to be able to navigate and just get really curious with yourself. Get really curious with yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing here? Did I expect this to be some simple weight loss? Here, go eat this and go exercise. Or have you realized that you're not looking into this deep enough to get that long lasting results? I think we're really in a quick fix society. We are constantly being offered all these quick fixes. There is all these posts all the time about different things that are going to get you these results. I know that they do help some people sometimes, but the thing is, it's not a long-term thing, and we're not really addressing the root cause. And that's what I want you to start thinking about this week. That's what I want that you to start thinking about next week and the week after is, what is my goal? For me, what is my personal goal is I'd like to live over 100. I'm in WA and I don't live too far from the beach, within 10 minutes. So I try to drive down there at least once a week. And there are, on certain days, I go for a walk down there, and there are women that are in their 70s and 80s that are marching along the beach. They're walking so fast. You can see how fit they are, and you look at their body and the way that they look, and they look fit and healthy. And no offense, and this is not a judgment, but my heart kind of feels a little bit sad when I see people that are, or speak to people that are women in their 40s or 50s, and they're feeling really old and they're looking really old. What is longevity to you? What is your goal for your future, and what does it look like? I always say I want to live till I'm 100. I've got to be doing the work now to get to that. It can't be that I just don't make it a priority. It can't be that I just ignore this stuff. There's so many layers to this, but most importantly, if you just make sure that you are the most important person in your world, in your health, in your life, you'll get the results that you're after because you'll make it a priority. Here's the thing. Nobody is going to put your health first. No doctor's visits, no medication, nothing is going to be putting your health first. That's your job and your responsibility. There are people out there that definitely can help, but no one's going to care about it as much as you do. So if you don't care about it, what are the chances? And just having that confidence in your body. Like one of the things I love seeing my clients transition as the confidence builds in that self-trust. Self-trust to know what's their body's trying to communicate with them. Self-trust in that they know what foods to choose, and they know when their body's communicating with them and they go, oh, I did this too much, or this is what my body needs now. That's really powerful. I think it is anyway. Let's cover everything. And let's go back through this incredible week and make sure that you really understand exactly what you've learned. So day one, we talked about the root cause of weight gain after the age of 40. And hopefully you've taken from me that it's not about calories and it's not about willpower, and it's to a certain extent not about what you've done that hasn't worked as such, as it is about what's happening inside your body at a hormonal level, at a nervous system level, right? So we talked about when your hormones are out of balance, and we're dealing with estrogen, we're dealing with progesterone, we're dealing with cortisol, insulin, your body is going into survival mode. And in survival mode, your body is designed to store fat, not burn it. We talked about your nervous system when it's dysregulated from chronic stress. It keeps you in that survival mode. Your body thinks you're under threat, so it holds on to every calorie. Trust me, my emails, whenever I open them, is I'm under threat. We talked about inflammation and how inflammation can really impact us, from the foods that we eat to the stress you carry to the sleep you're not getting. It creates a constant state of emergency in your body, and your body responds to this by storing fat to protect you. I can't say enough about how cortisol is likely impacting you and how inflammation is likely impacting you. A lot of the clients that when I start working with them that first month, I really want to reduce their inflammation. You start to notice like your body just feels so lighter, so much more free. We talked about cortisol, the stress, which is a stress hormone, and how that's supposed to help us to survive threats. But instead, what's happening, and so much more common as we get older and our hormones shift and change, it's becoming a lot more elevated in a longer part of the day, right? And it can be your job, it can be your family, it can be your to-do list or your emails like me. And a lot of times that creates those racing thoughts at 3 a.m. And elevated cortisol tells your body to store fat around your midsection. Hopefully this has been a aha moment, because it's not necessarily you, it's your body doing it what it's designed to do. Day two, we dove into inflammation and the foods that you may be having that are sabotaging you that you didn't realize. You learned that foods you thought were healthy, things like cereals and chia seeds and overnight oats and commercial almond milk, there are some good ones out there, might be working against you. I'm not saying they're all bad, but a lot of times they actually don't suit your body. And as soon as we shift and adjust that, and maybe it's the way you're eating it, what you're eating it with, that is the thing that's impacting you. We broke down what's actually in those inflammatory foods, and I was hopefully able to show you seed oils. Wow, they're so inflammatory. There's a lot of gut irritating gums, additives and preservatives in food is next level, right? It's really hit an all-time high to the point where you can read the back of a label and you don't even know what's in it because it's just numbers and words you've never heard of before. These things are making a huge impact to your body, right? And when you take out inflammation foods and bring in anti-inflammatory foods, you start to notice a huge difference in your body because all those gums and thickeners and synthetic vitamins, your body can't absorb that. And there's lots of hidden sugars in food that spike your blood sugar. Remember the almond milk that had two different types of oils in almond milk? Oil. It makes a really great barista coffee, it's not what we want in our body. It's definitely not what we want in our gut. It's not going to help us reduce inflammation if we're having simple things. Imagine that's just your coffee or your chia seed pudding. Imagine all the other things that you're eating in a day that you don't have an awareness of or an understanding of. Hopefully, you learned that when you eat these foods, your blood sugar spikes, your insulin surges, and your body stores fat. And then your blood sugar will crash. You will get cravings, and that cycle repeats. Inflammation is the connection to what a lot of health issues are actually presenting as. Obviously, there's reasons why, and we've got to figure out what's causing the inflammation in the body, and it's never just one thing. But inflammation from processed foods creates a long-term chronic inflammation, and that's another reason why our body stays in survival mode. That was one of the reasons why me, who had an autoimmune disease and got told this is what you're going to be like for the rest of your life, got rid of it. And doctors were like, no, you can't, there's no way. The thing is, your body has the ability when it's in healing mode to heal, okay? You probably have been thinking you're the one sabotaging your efforts. You're not. Day 3, we went into your nervous system and emotional eating. You learned about those types of nervous system responses, the survival mode, which is your sympathetic, and your healing mode, which is your parasympathetic. You learned that when you're in survival mode, your body is flooded with cortisol. It's designed that way. It's designed to help you survive a threat. But for most of us, that threat is just daily life. I always think, what? It's so crazy to think that it's just our daily life, but it is, which we actually have control over to a certain extent, because we can step away from things from time to time. But daily stress like work and family and finances, that mental load of everything. And when you're in survival mode, your body is physically incapable of burning fat. It is in storage mode. You learnt about emotional eating and that it's not some lack of willpower, it's a nervous system response. Emotional eating was huge for me. I used to secretly eat. I used to eat in the pantry, stash food in my glove box. I had quite a bit of work to do in that. I had stuff that had happened to me in my past, in my childhood, that really drove that, but I didn't understand it. And after a while, you get so good at it that your brain is just constantly looking for that dopamine hit to calm down. And whatever you can reach, and it's generally food, it's the fastest way to get there. We talked about the work stress spiral and that evening overwhelm. You are generally at capacity at the end of the day, especially if you didn't do that thing I was telling you about, which was poking holes in your bucket throughout the day. That work stress spiral and that evening overwhelm is huge for women. And your nervous system, it just gets dysregulated throughout the day. And by the time you get home, you're reaching for food to soothe yourself, or the glass of wine, or you just can't cope with anything else. And you are burying yourself in bed or lying on the couch. Hopefully that 2-minute reset, that simple breath work technique that I taught you, it's just a glimpse at some techniques and things that you can do that shifts you from survival mode. Okay. There's obviously deeper things that I do with my clients, but this, just 2 minutes, it's going to make a huge shift for you. And this is also where we take our power back. I love that feeling of being in control instead of feeling out of control with food. Hopefully this was a big aha moment for you. You're not weak. You're not broken. There's not something wrong with you. Your nervous system is actually dysregulated. Day 4, yesterday, we talked about sleep, stress, and cravings. We talked about that sleep cortisol belly fat cycle and how poor sleep will elevate your cortisol. And you probably notice it. If you go for 3 or 4 days without sleeping well, you'll wake up, you feel puffy. You feel like you don't have that energy. That's very clear, but you'll actually start to notice the symptoms in your body. The bloating, the brain not firing as well, real puffiness. You can touch your face and your wrists and you just really feel it. And this elevated cortisol, that we can notice that in our body. We notice it in our midsection. And when we've got belly fat, that can affect our sleep. It's all such a vicious cycle, right? And that's something to take into account, that everything can really snowball if we're not addressing the different areas. I know I shocked some of you with statistics about one night's poor sleep, and there's a bit of chat about it in the chat group. Look, your cortisol does increase quite a lot from lack of sleep. And the fact that your cravings increase, think about a night where you had really poor sleep. Maybe you wake up during the night and you notice that you eat differently. Yeah. I know for myself, getting up at 4:30 every morning this week, this is the 5th day of doing it, that yesterday I really noticed that I was thinking about food more. I had a lot of awareness around it because I've been working a lot longer hours. So it's impacted my sleep and my energy. So for me, going to be a lot of healing going on to counteract that. But I've absolutely loved spending the time with you. But I've definitely noticed that our insulin sensitivity really changes, and our fullness from just being able to, I feel the right word is satisfied. Yeah. Your body is actually burning less the less you sleep. It's going to burn less of that fat that you're trying to get rid of. So that chronic poor sleep, it leads to insulin resistance, inflammation, hormone imbalances, weakened immune system, which is the most important thing to me. So many women are like, I'm so tired. What medication can I take? What's it? So let's actually work on your sleep, because you'll probably find that you're getting sick all the time. And the most important thing for us women is we're accelerating our aging. When I talked about that stress bucket and how stress accumulates throughout the day, if you're not poking holes at it, if you're not addressing it throughout the day, it overflows into that emotional eating, poor sleep, weight gain. If you're waking up in the middle of the night, most likely, or 3 o'clock in the morning, most likely all these things are happening and you didn't figure out how to support your body throughout the day. We also covered, because this was something that had been asked about, fasting, and we talked about the conflicting information that's out there. There's so many different diets, from keto, low carb, high carb, and I get why you're so confused, because what works for one person doesn't work for others. And that's why your body is so unique. Finding somebody that's going to help you and support you, that's going to address what you're dealing with rather than addressing what worked for them. Okay, so hopefully you've come out of this knowing sleep's not an option. It's a foundation, as is water, okay, as is regulating your nervous system, as well as the food that you're putting in your body. These all do make a big difference. Before we go any further, I just need to address something I know is coming up a lot this week, and in the DMs and in the group chat. You're drowning in conflicting information from people telling you don't eat carbs to you need carbs for your hormones, that sort of stuff. The intermittent fasting questions came up, which hopefully you do realize that it depends on each person and what you're dealing with in your body. And also, this whole exercise more to lose weight, for some people, exercising more causes stress to the body. Okay, we've really got to figure out what it is. And I know you're trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do? I get it. The conflicting information is really frustrating for me. And what I'm noticing as well is a big shift between what you will see, like people that claim that they're a health guru that say do this and natural all the way, and then the next thing they're selling you their supplements that they've just started creating. We've got to really make sure that the decisions we make are informed, because it's, for some people, some things work and others it doesn't. Please take away that it doesn't mean that it's something to do with you. Okay? While low carb does work for some, it doesn't for others. And we've got to figure out what works. Over exercising or counting calories and doing that whole calorie deficit, for a lot of my clients, they start working with me because it wasn't working for them. They'd tried it. Yeah. And I actually get them to eat more. Who would have thought I would be getting them to eat more? Who eats more? Yeah, a lot of times women are not eating the right foods and not eating enough. So I would like you to, instead of asking yourself the question, what should I do? I'd like you to ask the question, what should I do based on my unique body? The problem is you're trying to figure it out from social media or from doing a post asking everybody for their opinions. And maybe you're looking at generic meal plans or how you can solve all your problems in 30 days. I get women that speak to me all the time that say, please just solve all my problems in 30 days or even 15 days, 14 days. Start looking for someone who understands your unique body, your hormones, your nervous system, your stress levels, your sleep, everything. Someone who's going to look at your specific situation and say, okay, I can see what's happening here. And here's why, because it's so much more important to understand why, and then the steps of what we're going to do about it. And accountability and support make a huge difference as well, if you can have a look at that. Accountability and support mean that you keep working on it, you don't give up on it. Your body is already communicating with you. It's already telling you what it needs. It's speaking to you through the whispers, or maybe it's yelling at you symptoms. And that's things like the weight you can't lose. That's why the body is saying to you, hello, I'm in survival mode. Those cravings that feel uncontrollable, that's your body saying, my nervous system is dysregulated. And the exhaustion you're feeling all day, that's your body saying, we have a cortisol problem. Pain and inflammation in your body, it's very easy to go, oh, this is what's happening in my body. This is why I have pain. But your body is, I'm overwhelmed. I'm actually overwhelmed. That's why I have pain. And a lot of times emotional eating is based on your past, things you've experienced that you haven't been able to work through. That's the biggest thing I realized, was I was trying to work on my emotional eating that was getting out of control to the point of binging, because I thought it was something I could easily see, and it wasn't. It was a lot deeper. It was my nervous system that needed support after the experience of my childhood, after the experiences I was having as a young adult. Our body isn't broken, even though we feel like it is. It's not. It's trying to protect you. And that's something that I'm trying to tell you. If you don't listen to your body, if you keep pushing through, if you keep looking for the quick fixes, if you keep ignoring the signs and the signals, if you're trying to force your body to do something that someone else has told you to do, your body's going to get louder. The weight gain will get worse. The fatigue does get worse. The pain does get worse, unfortunately. I had to learn the hard way. And then what happens when we have chronic inflammation? Long-term inflammation will turn into disease, and it starts to look like those pre-diabetes or diabetes, autoimmune diseases, insulin resistance. Listen to your body now so that we can prevent the issues and be dealing with bigger things down the road. So stop listening to all the noise out there and the generic advice, and start trying to figure this out on your own. Start listening to your body. And if you need to, get support from someone who can understand you, whether that's me or someone else, someone that's actually listening, because your body needs what it needs specific to you. I think it's someone that can help you translate that message your body's trying to tell you and communicate. That's what I do. And I explained that yesterday. I put the pieces of the puzzle together. And that's what I do with my clients inside my Life Upgrade program. Right now, I want you to know I understand why you're confused and your body is trying to tell you something and it feels really complex and you don't know. But from here, you've got two paths, okay? You can take everything you've learned and try to implement it on your own, and you might see some results. And I am going to tell you, I will be your biggest cheerleader. I actually will. I love inspiring women. I have a real skill at it. I get really excited. I'm usually a lot more hyped up and upbeat than this, but this is what happens when you get at 4:30 in the morning. But here's the thing, life gets in the way. And that's why I'll speak to clients and they'll come and they'll say, look, I'm not ready right now, or it's not the right time, or they'll make the excuses. And a month or two later, or even a week later, they're like, I'm ready. I get it. Because we want to try and do it alone. We want to figure it out. But what happens when you have a bad day, or when you feel stuck, or when you're waking up every day feeling tired? I am 100% telling you that is not the way we're designed. For me, you're on this weight loss journey. Sorry, for you, you're on a weight loss journey. For me, it's I want to bounce out of bed. I want to be hyped up. I want to be excited for the day. Not every day. I'm realistic. Life happens and there's going to be ups and downs. But if the majority of the time you are jumping out of bed, excited for the day, full of energy, and you're not dragging yourself through the day, to me, that's what life's about. Thinking about how long do I want to be here? I want to get excited about life, not dragging myself around. What would it feel like to have someone in your corner? What would it feel like to have someone making you gently accountable and helping you personalize your own path forwards for weight loss, but also for your health? To be able to get on top of everything, to be able to understand your body in a way so you can have confidence. So you're not guessing, is this food right for me? Is this what's causing my inflammation? Or is this what's causing my anxiety and my stress? Women dealing with anxiety every day or low energy. Our body is designed to not fall apart, right? It is designed for healing mode. I want to share this with you. This is my complete proven system for lasting weight loss, okay? This is my Life Upgrade program. And through the Life Upgrade method, I do a real complete way of coaching my clients. You now understand what's happening in your body. You know it's hormones, you know it's nervous system, inflammation, cortisol, and you understand why all the traditional diets haven't been working for you, because they don't address that root cause. My Life Upgrade program, that's what it's all about. This is my signature coaching program where I take you through everything you've learned this week and obviously a lot more, and we create a personalized roadmap designed for you. We assess your unique situation. I'll be looking at your hormones, what is happening if there is any other link to your hormones, your nervous system. Are you stuck in survival mode? What are your triggers? A lot of times women are being triggered throughout the day, and that's really affecting their energy and their mindset, right? Your inflammation levels, what's causing inflammation in your body? Your sleep quality. A lot of women go, yeah, I'm sleeping really well. And then I start working with them and I'm like, you're actually not. Like, you're waking up every night. Let's work on that so you can have energy. Or they might just not be getting a deep enough sleep. Stress levels. What's in your stress bucket? A lot of women don't know how to manage stress levels. That is so empowering when you feel that stress coming on and you have steps and methods to follow, and you can feel really like you can just flip that. Okay? We can't fully get rid of everything that's happening in our life. We're not in control of everybody else. One of the big things is your relationship with food. What's your emotional eating patterns? Your lifestyle. What's realistic to you? A lot of things are designed, like, how is it supposed to fit in with your life? Come on. Like, we need to take on things that are going to fit in with our life and complement our life, not make our life harder. I look at your health history, what conditions you've been dealing with in the past and what you're dealing with now. Because it's not about a one size fits all approach. This is about you really understanding your body as well as me understanding your body and creating a personalized plan that's designed for you, and create a plan that includes the things that are here in this wheel, the right foods for your body, not a generic meal plan. And you know what? I'm a huge foodie. So we still eat our burgers, pizzas, chicken parmies, but what we do is we use anti-inflammatory ingredients. We make small tweaks. We don't take things out, we swap them. And I love food. If something is plain and boring, I won't eat it. I know that if something's plain and boring or it's diet food, I'm going to be looking for the next thing straight after. I want to have fun with food and get excited about what's on my plate. The right eating patterns as well is really important. A lot of women are saying, can I eat this throughout the day? Does this suit me? Should I be fasting? That depends on you. The right nervous system resets for your triggers is key. I teach that through the freedom method. I teach my clients how to be able to reset their nervous system and work through any kind of triggers. So sleep strategies as well, stress management, very, very important. And I don't just give you a plan and walk away. We work on this together to implement it week by week, step by step. And I actually offer a guarantee to my clients. If you're not getting results in the first 30 days, I personally will coach you every day until you do. Because for me, I don't just put people in my program and work with them and say, here you go. Your results are just as important to me. I'm a very hands-on coach. My clients have access to me Monday to Friday. Sometimes on a Saturday, I do a cooking class, or like tomorrow, we've got a session on mindset. We're doing a deep dive on mindset tomorrow. But majority of the time, I like to be available Monday to Friday. They can access me and ask me any questions anytime. They can tell me when they're having like a full meltdown, and I'm there to support them. And I don't know there's that many people that do that. My clients have access to me in coaching a few times a week, which is huge because life gets in the way. And I'm there to help you and support you and guide you and just help you just gently adjust. When you have a setback, I'm there to help you understand what actually happened and how to move forward. When I had a client who had just started working with me and she'd gone to an event and she was so upset about how she treated, she left there and went straight to McDonald's. We didn't talk about what she ate. We broke down what happened for her and how it was connected to her core beliefs. Okay? And this is about support. You're right, not just some quick fix. I do help you understand and see. There's a certain method that I use to help you see what you're eating is connected to your moods and energy. And the other thing is to understand your body's always changing, especially if you're perimenopause, menopause. Like there is a shift and adjust that's happening as we move towards postmenopause. And what works this month might not work next month. So we've got to be able to see and start to understand what's happening with the body and adjust as we go. And this is about you learning to listen to your body and respond to what it's telling you. Let's look at addressing the root cause. So it's not about a willpower thing. It's not about restriction. It's not about forcing your body to do something it doesn't want to do. You don't have to have chicken and broccoli and rice. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but plain eating that every day. It is about calming your nervous system, balancing your hormones, reducing inflammation, supporting your body to heal, and addressing these things so the weight just comes off naturally. I love how my clients just see the weight fall off, but it's all the other stuff. They're like, oh my God, I have so much energy. All my pain's gone. My sleep's heaps better. I feel so much better. And that's huge. Imagine losing weight without dieting and restricting. Like a lot of my clients eat more. And that impulse to eat, that binge to eat, like all of that just calms right down and energy's back. What are we here for if we're not here to feel good majority of the time? Like a lot of times, I just want to say this. If I had have listened to the doctor that said you have autoimmune and part of that is going to be that you're going to have fatigue and you're going to have some days you're just going to have to stay in bed. Imagine if I had to listen to that. And definitely GPs have their place. I get it. And I saw specialists too. But I saw specialists with my third child as well and got told a whole heap of stuff that he was never going to be able to do the things he has done in his life. And he's just finished year 12 ATAR. and he's looking at what university he's going to go to. If I had have listened, I chose that no. There was something in me that just knew. And I love teaching this with clients. I love it.
Hi, I'm Sue.
I
One of the
don't know if you
biggest
can
things
hear
that I've had
this.
with this
Can you let me
problem
know if you
is
can hear
how
this?
it affected the inflammation that I had in my body. I was having a lot of trouble walking. Through focusing on the food, I found that all my
Can you hear this,
inflammation
ladies?
went away and I actually felt a lot younger. Instead of feeling like a 90-year-old, I actually started feeling my age, which I hadn't done for about 6, 7 years. The mindset sort of stuff, I really didn't feel like that was going to, that I needed to do. But after joining the program, I realised that one, spending the money on myself is worth it because the life that I get to have now, instead of walking around in pain all the time, I actually get to enjoy my life. So it was worth every penny that I've done. The biggest thing that I would say about the program is the support that you get is really big there, but also you know that you can ask so many questions and get some great advice. Melissa really knows what she's talking about. The best thing that I got out of it is one, having the ability to walk properly instead of always trying to focus on how I'm walking. I also got to enjoy cooking food for again, which I haven't done for a long time. So I actually enjoy just being able to wing it as well. Go, oh, what colours can I add into this? It needs some more colours. I go to my fridge and I can get all these different vegetables there. So I'm actually enjoying cooking again, which I haven't done for a very long time. And like I said, the surprising thing that I got out of it, I felt amazing. All my pain went away. So I really wasn't expecting that. I did it more for the bloating and start the new year off healthy. And I was blown away about how good I actually felt. So it's really worth it. If you're really looking into wanting to see how you can improve how you're feeling, I highly recommend doing the program. It it blows you away on how much you get out of it, and you never know, just simply by making some adjustments in the food that you eat or don't eat could make a huge difference on your health issues. And it's worth a try before you go looking for any other more intrusive help or anything like that. Have a look at the food first, so you never know what could help you. So I highly recommend it. It was really good. And if you get a chance, go on one of her retreats as well, or join her on Facebook and follow her and see and get some advice and help that way as well. Thanks very much. See you later.
That was Sue. She's just finished the life upgrade program with me, and I'm. Oh, this is
I
Katrina.
initially joined Melissa's Life Upgrade as I had put on a little bit of weight, but I just wasn't feeling very comfortable or confident in myself. I do a lot of public speaking and I was starting to feel really sluggish and just not myself. I'd been following Melissa for quite a while and was a bit reluctant to join, if I was honest, because I felt it was just another one of these diet programs that forces you to calories, track your macros, which I've done before, and to be honest, I don't enjoy. But Life Upgrade has been completely different. It really teaches you about your emotions and why you're overeating and the way that you're overeating. And for me, it was really about numbing the stress that I was under, and identifying the behaviours that was causing me to hold the weight and to not really lose what I wanted to lose. Melissa's very gentle approach, but very straight and direct and to the point, really was what I needed. And I've had some of the biggest breakthroughs around how my behaviours is when I'm stressed in particular, and how I was using things to deal with the busy life and busy stress. Since I've started to have some of those big breakthroughs and use other methods instead of just numbing, the weight has started to come off. I'm down a dress size in jeans and starting to feel so much more energy. No more having to reach for wine when I'm stressed or reach for bad foods. And I just feel completely different and confident. The brain fog has gone and I just feel more equipped now to deal with my food and changing things that fit my lifestyle. I have a very busy lifestyle and Life Upgrade has really, it's been amazing.
Oh, I think my computer didn't like that, I don't know. But anyway, Katrina was just saying, because speaks on stage pretty much nearly every day during the week. And she has been able to, yeah, really make a huge difference to her life. It's really cool. I want to say a big congrats to everybody who has done this week. I'd love you to book a breakthrough call if you want to hear more about Life Upgrade and if you are ready to understand yourself in a different way. I have not had time to go through the winner. So I'm going to go through everything and I haven't had a look. Some people have sent through homework. They've sent through their worksheets. And late last night, I got home after babysitting my beautiful little baby granddaughter. So after working, I don't know, over, I think what was it, about 13 hours yesterday. I then went off and did babysitting duties. So I'll be popping in here later on today and we'll let you know. I'm going to pop the link in for you so you can click on that. I'll also pop the link in the group chat if you want to book a call. What I've done is just opened up this afternoon and a couple of spots for tomorrow if you'd like to have a chat. And I've got some amazing bonuses and things that are available to you. I want you to really think about what you've learned this week and what's important to you and where you want to go from here. I love that you're here for weight loss, but hopefully this has really opened your mind that weight loss is just a part of it. And yes, we can lose weight, but imagine if we feel really amazing in our body again as well, which is just so worth it. Like just to wake up and feel really, really good it's a game changer. I am making myself available for any Q&As. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Pop the questions into the chat today and I'll try and answer them for you. If you are thinking about how you'd really like to do the life upgrade program or lose some weight, just book the call and I'm happy to help. But I hope this week has really helped you. You have a really detailed worksheet that's going to help you get clear on everything that you learnt this week and where your body is at. It's like doing an audit on your body. So please go and check the worksheet for today. It's going to be really helpful. I have really thoroughly enjoyed this week. Don't forget your worksheet for today. It's really helpful. And yeah, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I've really enjoyed it. And I hope you have too, and I hope you've learned a lot out of it. If you want to reach out and you can follow me or connect with me in other ways that I have as well, so you can still learn from all my free resources. Have a fantastic Friday. Take care.